balikan natin, partner,
Yeah.
si Professor Froilan Calilong na nandiyan pa rin po patuloy sa ating talakayan at patuloy nating may interview.
Perfect.
Prof, magandang gabi muli po sa inyo.
Yes, may tanong ako kay Professor. Professor, babalik ako sa political aspect. Masyado pa bang with this impeachment proceedings going on now, masyado pa bang maaga o nagsisimula na kayang humuhubog ito sa mga alya-alyansa? What do you think?
Well, kung alyansa po ang tinitignan natin dito, tingin ko, matagal na po itong nausubog, no? Bago pa po magsimula itong impeachment na to, meron na po talagang kanya-kanyang bloke, no? May kanya-kanya na talagang paksyon. At itong impeachment na to, no, kung sakasakali man na talagang magkakaroon siya ng traction at may kakayahan siyang baguhin yung pagpapasya at yung opinion ng iba nating mga kababayan, I think this will only go and try to shed some kind of effect doon sa kung tawagin natin ay mga fence-sitters. Ito yung mga hindi talaga hardline supporters ng kahit na anong panig. Hindi BBM loyalists o hindi rin naman talaga die-hard Duterte supporters. Pero kasi yung talagang masasabi natin ng mga kababayan natin na talagang very much beholden and sold to their sabihin na natin kanya-kanyang sa kanyang kampo, no, whether BBM, Dilawan, Biklawan o kaya dito sa mga Duterte, medyo mahihirapan na po kasi sila talagang mabago, no. And pero syempre yung mga marami rin naman sa atin mga kababayan, no, na nagmamasid at nagtitingin at tumikilatis dun sa talagang sitwasyon, maaaring ang tinitingnan talaga nila rito ay yung lalim at lawak ng ebidensya. At yun nga, at the end of the day, sana even our senators who are already beholden to their particular alliances may actually try to reconsider also, no, based on whatever the evidences and testimonies that will be presented, at dito sana ibata yung tamang pagpapasya. No? Pero as to the question kung meron na bang mga namumuo, actually matagal na po talaga tayo very, very polarized dito sa ating political sphere bago pa man po pagsimula itong impeachment. Pero ang inaasahan natin, mas lalo po nitong papalawigin or papalawakin itong political divide na nararanasan natin dito ngayon sa ating bansa because of this impeachment proceeding.
Sang-ayon sa batas, kailangang merong 16 o 16 votes para mapa-impeach ang Vice President. Sa nakalipas na botohan ng pagpipili ng presiding officer, ang naging boto ay 12-8. Meron ba itong makikita ka na papanigan, no? O magbabago pa kaya, makakakuha kaya doon sa 8 na yon na magbabago ang isip para makabuo ng 16 na boto para tuluyang ma-impeach ang Vice President?
Well, yun naman po kasamang gani, yung talagang tinatawag po natin na essence talaga ng isang impeachment, na ideally, I mean, in a perfect world setting, a perfect universe, kinakailangan talaga nakabatay tayo doon sa lawak, lalim at dami ng ebidensya at testimonya, no, ng mga magiging pahayag. Pero yun nga lang, hindi din natin maikakaila that impeachment is really a political exercise at hindi natin po pwedeng isa-isang tabi rito yung pagkakaroon ng mga alyansa, ng mga coalition na nabubuo, no, or namuuna bago pa man magsimula itong impeachment, no. Pero what is important here again is tignan natin, unawain natin yung lalim talaga ng ebidensya kasi for all we know, baka naman sobrang sabihin na natin insurmountable ng ebidensya in favor of conviction, and then you're going to vote for acquittal. Mukhang parang kakainin tayo, no, bilang isang senador, no, senator judge. Kakainin ka ng iyong pananagutan doon sa iyong koalisyon o sa iyong alyansa at mawawala talaga yung principle-centered na pagtupad doon sa iyong tungkulin bilang isang senator judge. And in the same manner, kung sobrang overwhelming din naman yung magiging depensa nung counsel ng defense, at talagang mapapawalang bisa o mapapahina nito yung mga ilalatag na mga ebidensya naman ng prosecution kapag bumoto ka naman totally in favor of conviction. Parang ganun din ang magiging basa ng taong bayan dito, no? And you need to understand that the people are there, they're just witnessing it, all these events unfolding before their very eyes, and come election day, no, maalala nila to, no? Sino-sino ba talaga yung nanatiling tapat doon sa tungkulin ng pandato, at kung sino lang yung nanatiling tapat doon sa kanilang mga political blocks na pinagsisilbihan.
Follow up lang dyan, Prof. What if nailatag lahat ng ebidensya at matibay, madiin? Paano makakaapekto yung public perception? Let's say, naniniwala ang taong bayan na mabigat ang ebidensya, may katotohanan, including the testifies o testigo. Paano ngayon ang magiging public perception kung ang mga senador ay boboto pa rin batay sa kanilang paniniwala, kulay, o kaya naman sa kanilang grupo? Makakaapekto ba yung public perception dito para sila ay mawala ng credibility?
Definitely, no? At ito talaga yung maaari nating makita. Remember na medyo crucial or critical yung timing kasi ng impeachment, kasi medyo malapit siya or nasa napipintong 2028 elections. So yung memory work, no, hindi natin kinakailangang i-stretch ng masyadong mahaba para alalahanin sino-sino ba yung mga bumoto in favor of acquittal when in fact the evidences are very insurmountable, or kung sino ba yung bumoto for conviction even if the defense was able to put up a very good stance, no, and defend the accused, no. So dito in this age and time, kasamang gani, attorney, medyo mahirap na po itong itago, ano. I mean, sisingaw in broad daylight, ika nga, no, kapag meron talaga tayong mga presuppositions na ilalatag even before the evidences are filed, or even after they have been presented to us. At kung hindi tayo boboto according to the weight of these evidences, masyado naman talaga tayong mapaghahalata. Definitely, meron tong magiging epekto doon sa kanilang political capital. Medyo mabigat nga lang dahil alam naman natin na si VP Sara Duterte, yun nga, meron siyang solidong command, no, particularly sa Visayas and of course almost the whole of Mindanao. Pero this is something na pupwede talagang pahinain na itong impeachment na to. At makikita nga natin kung ano magiging epekto nito sa kanya as the impeachment proceeding will go on up to the day na magkaroon tayo ng botohan. Ang hangarin natin dito, ang talagang nais natin is umabot talaga tayo doon sa final passage of verdict, no, na walang mangyaring kaguluhan, untoward incident, at magkaroon talaga tayo ng kakayahan na makita, no, to the very end kung ano magiging resulta nitong impeachment natin.
Professor, do you see this option of the VP resigning from her office? Do you see any the possibility of the VP resigning from her office?
I don't think so. I mean, not in the persona of the Vice President that she will be resigning. And at the same time, if she actually resigns, I think it will open a lot of possibilities then kasi for potential legal attacks against her. Now, remember that the Vice President does not enjoy executive immunity. And the only thing that is preventing, let's say, the Office of the Ombudsman and the Sandigan Bayan from filing cases against her in accordance to these allegations is the fact that she is currently being tried in the impeachment court, no? So kung magre-resign siya, magiging moot and academic na, no, na hindi na maaring matuloy yung impeachment proceeding because she is already technically removed, no? But it does not give her some kind of shield, no, from other criminal charges that may be filed against her. And alam naman natin na since siya ay kalabang mortal ng ating administrasyon ngayon, ng ating pamahalaan, talaga namang magiging mabilis yung pagbigay sa kanya ng mga kaso, maaring mas mabilis ang pag-aresto, kagaya nga ng mga nakikita na natin ng mga ginagawang pag-aresto ngayon. Ano? So it will really be more detrimental to her. No? Kasi kung itutuloy natin itong impeachment and in the end, she will be acquitted, whether it is because it's politically motivated or it's because of coalition or alliance that were built, at the very least, alam ng taong bayan na naituloy niya, naitawid niya yung kanyang impeachment. And yun nga, maaring mas maging she may emerge stronger afterwards rather than resigning. Kasi kapag nag-resign, pwedeng magkaroon ng agam-agam ang ating mga kababayan na kaya nag-resign yan kasi nga guilty para kumbaga parang pinapatotohanan mo lamang yung mga allegations naman sa'yo. So I think it's not really in the persona, number one, of the Vice President to actually back down from any challenge like this. And at the same time, it is not going to be very wise from a legal standpoint. And politically speaking, hindi rin ito magiging maganda para sa kanyang political capital heading into 2028 if she will resign.
Prof, considering the lineup of lawyers, pati yung depensa, 16 ang abogado ng depensa. Pero marami rin siyempre yung ating sa panig ng prosecutor because meron tayong mga congressman prosecutor, meron tayong mga private prosecutor. Nakikita ba ninyo na mas magiging mainit, magiging mainit ang bakbakan nito sa sa pagtatalo, sa pag-aalaan ng ebidensya, pati sa mga objection, Your Honor? Magiging yung mga susunod na araw ba ay magiging kapanapanabik, Prof?
Yes, without a doubt, kasama gani, kasi kung titingnan natin, first 2 days pa lang and we're already being treated to kind of a spectacle at the moment. And I think this actually is setting the tone for what will be the forthcoming days for this trial, for this proceeding. And I think it really adds to the sabihin na natin, to the drama and to the flair, the fact that the entire nation is glued into the impeachment. So syempre itong mga abogado natin na to, whether public or private practice yung kanilang ginagawa, make or break ito para sa kanila, sa kanilang legal profession, sa kanilang respective careers. Syempre, they're also, at least some of them are also going to enjoy a considerable level of limelight, diba? So I think they are really going for this, very armed, very much prepared, and I think so. It's just but the thing that we expect no less, because this is a very, very important trial that we're having right now. So dito talaga magkakaroon ng itong mga tinatawag nating brilliant legal luminaries will really come out to play here, and this is going to go down the wire, I would say, up to the very last day of the impeachment trial. And I hope, yun nga, yung sinasabi ko kanina, ang kagandahan dito is that if we have very good, legal counsels from both sides, from both camps, the public is being treated to a very good and very knowledge-filled proceeding. Baga nagiging mas matalino tayo, nagkakaroon tayo ng mas dagdag na kaalaman even if we're not lawyers, pero parang we're already starting to feel and think the way they do, and for sure magiging laman ito ng social media, ng mga memes in the coming days, and this is really the attention that the impeachment is always getting. Na nakita na natin from the previous impeachments natin na kung saan hindi pa ganoon kalaki yung impluwensya at kalawak yung saklaw ng social media as compared right now. So mas matindi yung naasahan nating epekto nito sa ating mga kababayan sa pang-araw-araw nilang buhay.